Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to address a common question that I get. What is the difference between a ghost and a spirit? Well, when I was reading the question, it's kind of like, in some ways, the terminology is the same, a ghost and a spirit, anything that isn't, humanly presently here any longer. But then I started thinking about it and I thought, well, we can have spirits visit us, show us signs, which are our loved ones, our friends, anyone that's crossed over to the other side. And they will come in a loving way. They'll come through a dream. They'll come, send a sign of some sort, whatever they choose to do. Now, there's a different type of a spirit, and those are the earthbound spirits that I come across many times when I'm doing house cleanings or business and building clearings. Those are spirits that have not crossed to the other side, and sometimes they can be a little turbulent. They really just need to go and they need to cross over. And many times when they miss their light, they don't know how to get over to the other side. And that's when they call me, and then I do my work. It's very real. I get a lot of spirits that are afraid to go to that light because they're afraid that maybe something that they just don't know, or they are afraid they weren't a good enough person while they were alive, and they're thinking, if I wasn't good, I don't want to go to hell, I'm scared, blah, 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 blah. So guess what? I'm just going to stay here because at least I know what I've got here. But in truth, they need to cross over because there is no place for them to be permanently here and stuck, because what happens is they start drawing on our energy, the people that are still alive. And this is what, they call it the energy vampires. They literally will suck you bone dry and leave you depleted energetically. So they really cause a lot of things. Things start breaking in the house. We start fighting, all kinds of things. Spirits need to cross over. So the term spirit and a ghost, well, it's pretty much the same thing as far as the terminology, but the meaning is a little different. When I see spirits and I see them with love, or they have a message and they need to converse and convey that message, and they are looking to put some pieces to the puzzles all connecting. They want their loved ones to know something is going on or what they see, or they're trying to warn us. So spirits will come in different ways, through a dream, or they will just come through a medium and get their message across through someone such as myself. There's just different ways that they're going to try to get your attention. A ghost, well, they're just going to be, not so nice sometimes. They want to make your life miserable. They like to do all kinds of noises, and they just want to disturb your life. So, there are some good spirits, and there's some spirits that are just horrible. And sometimes you'll get no peace where you are. So there are spirits that you can live with, and I call them roommates. You kind of respect their space, and they're going to respect your space. And then you get the ones that are just very difficult to be around. And some people have said, I've got to get out of this house. I can't do it anymore. That's when it takes a different turn, and that's something that you have to look into and say, okay, and really, some spirits refuse to go. And I will tell the families, you've got something permanent here that refuses to go. So, and then I'll tell the history of what's going on, who the spirit is, how many is in the house, what they're about, what trauma that they had, what era that they're in. All those things start taking shape so I can better explain to the families what they're dealing with. But usually, when you are visited by a spirit, it should be in a loving way, and it usually is. I could count the times when I've seen some really bad spirits, but overall, I see a lot of love. And yes, sometimes they're wanderers, they're earthbound, but they don't mean any harm. So that's basically what I wanted to touch upon. There are some spirits that are just not nice and they need to go. So either they go or you're going to have to go. I mean that sincerely, and it's very, very important. Bring God into your life, bring Archangel Michael into your life, pray for the protection, sage, do everything that you possibly can do to keep God in your heart, but more important, in your core. Okay? This is very, very important. Pick and choose where you want to go. If you're not getting a good vibe, honor that, because you are being told that. All right? Because you do have to take the precautions on the kind of people you surround yourself with, the places that you do go. And that is everything. So if you want to have a nice, well-rounded, healthy life, and when I say healthy, it's not just physically, but emotional health, you really, really should pick who you want to surround yourself with and where you want to go. So if you're getting a bad vibe going into this building or being next to this person, honor what you're getting. All right? I hope this clarified between a ghost and a spirit. Technically, their terminology is the same, but they have different meanings to what they do. All right? So I hope this puts some things in perspective and has enlightened you. Keep the questions coming. Subscribe to YouTube. Have a really good rest of the day. Take care. Bye-bye.